Bueno, let's begin. Episodio número 5. Hablamos en el bar. In the previous episode, you joined me in a busy salsa bar off La Playa de Barcelona. After a few drinks, I spotted a beautiful girl sitting alone on the corner of the bar. I then decided to go over and talk to her. Vamos. To say excuse me in Spanish is disculpe. Disculpe. Excuse me in Spanish is disculpe. Disculpe. To ask someone what their name is, you say, ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? To ask someone what their name is, you say, ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Introducing oneself is one of the first things we supposedly learn in Spanish. Yet, this confuses many people, but only because they try to translate directly. Rather, here's how to understand it. ¿Cómo te llamas? This literally translates to, how do you call yourself? Let's break that down. ¿Cómo? How? Te is you or yourself. Llamas. You call. Notice that you don't need to use the word do in Spanish, which when translated literally to English, sounds strange or even illiterate. Rest assured, this is normal practice. Te is a key pronoun here. Without it, we would be saying ¿Cómo llamas?, which would translate as how do you call? To ask, where are you from, in Spanish is ¿De dónde eres? De dónde eres? This literally translates to from where are you? De, from, donde, where, eres, you are, or are you? ¿De dónde eres? To help you remember, think of this as being backwards from English. Instead of asking in Spanish where you are from, it's instead from where are you? To ask someone how old they are in Spanish, you say, ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? This literally translates to, how many years do you have? ¿Cuántos? How many? Años, years, tienes, you have. Again, notice that you do not need to use the word do. Right, with introductions covered, it's getting a bit loud in here. I want to ask this señorita if she would like to go outside to talk. To say, let's go outside, we will say, vamos afuera. Vamos afuera. And to say to talk, in this case would be hablar. Hablar. Vamos afuera. Vamos afuera a hablar. Let's go outside to talk. Much calmer out here. Let's go and sit by the shore. To ask, what are you doing here in Barcelona? ¿Qué haces aquí en Barcelona? ¿Qué haces Aquí en Barcelona. ¿Qué? What? Haces? Do you do? Aquí. Here. ¿Qué haces aquí en Barcelona? To ask, where do you live? ¿Dónde vives? ¿Dónde vives? ¿Dónde? Where? Vives? Do you live? To ask, will you give me your number? ¿Me das tu número? Me das tu número. Again, this may seem a bit direct, but rest assured this is how we request for things in Spanish. We do not use the word will. But let's break this down. The first thing we say here is me, which is the pronoun that denotes who is receiving the action. To better understand this, let's repeat this sentence without the pronoun. Das tu número. Das tu número. This translates to, you give your number. As you can see, the sentence is incomplete. We need the me at the beginning to make clear who is receiving the number. And finally, can I see you again? ¿Puedo verte otra vez? Puedo verte otra vez. This translates to, can I see you again? Puedo, can I? Verte, see you. Otra, another. Vez, time. Puedo verte otra vez. Now, let's have a quick run through of everything we've learnt tonight. How would you say, excuse me? Disculpe. Disculpe. How would you ask somebody what their name is? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? How would you ask, where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? How would you ask, how old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How would you ask, shall we go outside to talk? Vamos afuera a hablar. Vamos afuera a hablar. How would you ask, what are you doing here in Barcelona? ¿Qué haces aquí en Barcelona? ¿Qué haces aquí en Barcelona? How would you ask, where do you live? ¿Dónde vives? ¿Dónde vives? How would you ask, will you give me your number? ¿Me das tu número? ¿Me das tu número? How would you ask, can I see you again? ¿Puedo verte otra vez? Puedo verte otra vez. How would you say, excuse me? Disculpe. Disculpe. How would you ask somebody what their name is? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? How would you ask, where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? How would you ask, how old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How would you ask, shall we go outside to talk? Vamos afuera a hablar. Vamos afuera a hablar. How would you ask, what are you doing here in Barcelona? ¿Qué haces aquí en Barcelona? ¿Qué haces aquí en Barcelona? How would you ask, where do you live? ¿Dónde vives? ¿Dónde vives? How would you ask, will you give me your number? ¿Me das tu número? ¿Me das tu número? How would you ask, can I see you again? ¿Puedo verte otra vez? Puedo verte otra vez. Right. It's been a great evening, but time I get back to the hotel. Make sure to join me next time as I explore both the oldest and greatest market in this city, El Mercado de la Boquería. It's one of a kind, so make sure to tune in for this one. Hasta luego.